11. Alright, so we're going to continue now. I just had to take a really brief break. And it's pretty funny because I accidentally just reached for my GameCube control, not GameCube, Xbox controller because I thought I was freaking playing this on Xbox. Now hold on, pick lock. This is new. Rotate L to locate and hold the tension angle. Rotate R to locate and hold the raking angle. Press R1 repeatedly to break the lock. Now that's a new feature. I can tell you that right now. Lock picking. Tension and raking angle. Find a way across the stage. Do I jump to that thing? Can I? Ugh! That was close. I lowered the sun in the clouds. The Beggar's Opera. What's this? Beggar's Opera opened in London in 1728. It's a musical, one of the earliest ever created. It was written by John Gay, a writer and friend of both Alexander Pope and Jonathan Swift, two of the prominent literary figures of the day. The opera was both popular and controversial. Popular partly because it was an excellent skewing of Italian opera, which was very popular at the time. However, instead of the complicated Italian songs, the Beggar's Opera featured folk tunes that the audience could recognize, meaning you could hum along even if you didn't know Italian. It was controversial because of the subject matter. It's set in the Newgate prison, and all the main characters are all criminals who act much like the upper classes. It was a send-up of the British nobility, including veiled criticism of the head of government. Neither of whom traditionally have a sense of humor. I've never met a queen who liked a knock-knock joke. Actually, I've never met a queen. The Beggar's Opera was accused of being a base form of entertainment, and because its characters were criminals, accused of causing an increase in crime. It's nice to see that criticism isn't just for movies and video games. Bloody opera, corrupting our kids. Traditional rating systems. Making no sense since 1728. Here we go, onto the moon. This is pretty dangerous. No one notices though. Here we go. We're gonna assassinate this guy in the box. My wig is telling me someone is coming. Is this seat taken?
Haytham. You should have come to me. We would have found another way. Yes. But then you would have known.
That I am the Batman.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As am I.
Square! The Hidden Blade. Oh, that poor kid saw. Be quiet, child. Don't say a word. Watch, there's gonna be a trap. Ladies. Twins. Exit the opera house. Yep, they found the body. Whoa! They tackled that guy. They don't suspect me. Hold X while walking faster. Oh, they merged it. Oh, here we go. Let me out this way. They merged gentle push and everything together. Before you couldn't fast walk and gentle push. Now you can. There is an assassino about. Out the way. I'm Batman. Quick, seize the one man who's not the person wearing the wig. His hair is actually real. Or are they not letting people out or something? Doesn't look like they are. Or no, here's my carriage. Ye old Batmobile.
And how was the opera?
Rather dull, truth be told.
Shall we be off then?
Aye. To Fleet and Bride.
By your command.
Yeah, this has more worth than just being a necklace.
Fascinating. Gentlemen, I hold in my hand a key. And if this book is to be believed, it will open the doors of a storehouse built by those who came before.
Ah, yes.
Ye old assassinos.
Reigned and vanished from the world. Do we know what it is that will be held within?
It could contain certain knowledge. Perhaps a weapon, or something as yet unknown, unfathomable in its construction and purpose. It could be any of these things, or none of them.
Or it could just be a bunch of rocks.
They are still an enigma, these precursors. But of one thing I am certain. Whatever waits behind those doors shall prove a great boon to us all.
Or our enemies, should they find it first.
They won't. You've seen to that.
I assume you know where this storehouse is.
Ah, Mr. Harrison.
Gentlemen,
How fare your calculations?
I
Pretty
believe
shittily.
it lies somewhere within this region.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
My apologies. Were that I could be more accurate.
That's all right. It suffices for a start. And that is why we've called you here, Master Kenway. We'd like for you to travel to America, locate the storehouse, and take possession of its contents.
Alright.
I'm yours to command, although a job of this magnitude will require more than just myself.
Of course.
He's going to America.
Upon this paper are the names of 5 men sympathetic to our cause. Each is also uniquely suited to aid you in your endeavor. With them at your side, we'll want for nothing.
Well,
I don't even read all the
then I'd
names.
best be on my way.
I knew our faith in you was not misplaced. We booked you passage to Boston. Your ship leaves at dawn. Go forth, Hatham, and bring honor to us all.
Or bring back nothing, including yourself. A deadly performance. 100% sync. Full synchronization. So far, I'm 1 for 1. Not that that means much. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, we're already on the ship. The Atlantic Ocean, day 2. Is that land out there? Oh, they must have just left. I wish those assholes would shut up. Go to the upper deck. Can I, like, talk to these people? Is that what the icons are? Yeah, you can interact. Circle. Well, here we go. The Providence. That's that ship they were talking about earlier. It was one of many sailing ships in the Boston Merchant Navy, which basically means it was a trade ship rather than one meant for war. You'll notice it's carrying cannon, but those are mainly for protection against pirate or privateer vessels, or for turning the ship into a privateer vessel should the need arise. The ship was built in 1748 and made several trips a year between Britain and the North American colonies, with occasional visits to the West Indies. The manifest doesn't indicate anything particularly interesting. Mostly it carried staples like tea, molasses, and cloth. It's captained by its part owner, one Samuel Smith, who got something of a reputation among sailors for both cruelty to his crew and penny pinching on rations. Incidentally, that's not exactly a way to keep good sailors on board. The crew is probably both inexperienced and disgruntled. Ideally, you want an experienced crew who are hugely gruntled. Although you likely don't know much about running an 18th century sailing vessel, odds are you won't notice the difference. Now then, let's interact. Who is this guy?
Have a moment to talk?
Ah, a fellow Londoner. Good to see I'm not the only man of means aboard. Rupert Martin, pleased to meet you.
Haytham Kenway. Pleasure.
Seems we picked an excellent time to leave the city.
Oh?
You didn't hear about the murder at the Opera House?
Well, what murder?
What happened?
They're still trying to sort it all out. And I suspect they'll be at it for a good long while.
Yep, they sure will.
They've ruled out robbery, so perhaps it was a business arrangement gone sour. Or something more personal, more lurid. Who knows? But I am glad to be away from it. The city grows more dangerous by the day.
Alright. Nice talking with you. Is that necessary for full sync to talk to all these people? I'll just do it anyway.
Good morning, Doctor.
Oh, this guy's
To
wounded.
you as well.
A question, if I may. Do you serve aboard the ship, or are you simply taking passage?
A bit of both, actually. I've been commissioned by the Royal Navy to study maritime illness. I'll be observing the crew during the journey. We have found that sailors fare far better on the open seas than the rest of us. I hope to discover why that is.
Okay.
You are successful in your endeavors.
As do I. Thank you for the kind
I
words.
hope you are successful in this study that really sounds really boring. What's this dice? Well, you can like play games and whatnot. Hey, you can play a game. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in playing your games. The Atlantic Ocean. Oh, this will be a good one. Of course, crossing the Atlantic today is as easy as a plane ride, but it was much more difficult in colonial times, even though I imagine the tiny food and cramped conditions, the likelihood of sitting next to a fat man for many hours, were pretty much the same. For European travelers, it was best a 6-week voyage, but depending on delays, it could last months. Dangers included storms and their opposite, being becalmed, seasickness, food running short, and dying of boredom because you had nothing to do all day. For Africans captured into slavery, the Atlantic voyage was much worse. Across the Middle Passage, usually to the Caribbean, the journey was just as long, but slaves were kept below decks and rarely allowed out into the fresh air, with the men usually in shackles. They were given only one meal a day, less if provisions ran low. Disease was rampant and mortality rates were high. I will never complain about being inappropriately touched by airport security again, though to be fair, we're firm friends, and Juan was very gentle. Wow. That's good. Juan was very gentle with my anus.
Captain,
Mr. Kenway.
I just wanted to thank you again for taking me aboard, and apologize for any inconvenience it may have caused.
Inconvenience would be an understatement.
Your presence here, asshole,
sorry, I don't
causes me so many problems.
Port for 2 days that we might accommodate you. I lost several contracts as a result.
I had no idea.
Of course not. You nobles are all this.
Oh, well, fuck him. He's just a dick in general.
And then all will be well.
You sure about that?
Of course. Have I ever led you astray?
Nah. No, you don't stick right with the others.
These guys are playing Mutiny.
My friend. You'll see.
Well, well. Seems our esteemed guest has deigned to grace us with his presence. You might want to head back to your quarters. Top deck's no place for tender Parnell.
And yet here you are.
Whoa, yo, mama.
Let's see how funny you find this.
Wants to get into a fight.
Stay out of this.
You can enter parry stance by holding circle. Squares attack. Yeah! This guy's getting the shit knocked out of him.
Listen to this, Hector. Thinks he can swagger on up here and declare himself king of the castle.
Please, Fat. It's off. If the captain
To
sees us.
hell with the captain. And to hell with you, Mills.
Oh, he said to hell with the captain. You can counter. He's done, knocked out. Don't do it, Mills.
Ready to go again if you are.
Oh, okay, it's this guy.